Hello everybody, what is up? I am Crimson Thunder here. Welcome back to Let's Play Roguetech. And this segment throughout this whole series will be called The Chronicles of the Stormbringing Destroyers. Or something on the lines like that. Last time we got our initial battle in as far as getting into the whole thing with Roguetech. And throughout the rest of the time, I will also be able to give you some tips of how to be able to do this whole game correctly. So last time we did take our battle mechs did take some damage, and it's going to take some time. And our team has either fatigued or even injured. Behemoth will be out for 4 days because she ended up taking a hit to the head in the last fight. We're going to advance time. And on random, you will get these types of events too. So for extension, banging noises draw you to a shared mech warrior barracks, where you find Behemoth disassembling one of the leopard's internal walls. There are already several panels neatly stacked behind her. She pauses and explains, "There's a few cubic meters of dead space back here. I'm making room so we can stretch without hitting the bunks." As reasonable as it sounds, the banks aren't going to like you modifying the property. Right now we have two things we could possibly do, and if Behemoth was a technician, this would be able to be a selectable thing. In this, what you do here is going to affect what happens next. There's a chance, or it happens 100% of the time. We can either order Behemoth to put the ball back where it was, or we can pay 20,000 sea bills in order to pay the fine. One of them will make you lose 1 morale, which is actually very important. The other one will allow you to increase your morale. The third one here actually will do the same thing without paying this money, but Behemoth has to be a technician in order to do so. Well, with the amount of money we have, we can easily be able to pay this, no problem. You look at Behemoth in the eye. You know how the chain of command works. You have to clear changes like this before you start. She shrugs. Well, can I? You look over Behemoth's work. It's cleanly done with no hazards. Take a break until I make a decision. During a chat with Darius, she compared the cost of the fine to the benefit of the mech warriors and decided it's worth it. We lose 20,000 sea bills, but our morale is increased by 1. The morale is very important here. It's determined by this little bar here. The overall morale of your crew and mech warriors of a maximum possible 50 points can be raised by spending more lavishly on salaries and luxuries, as well as construction recreational upgrades in your dropship. Be careful, if your morale is too low, you may encounter negative events. Higher morale also generates more resolve in combat, which you can use to trigger special abilities, which of course we will definitely get to when the time comes.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
Thank you, gang.
Those upgrades you asked for are online, Commander.
Okay, so this is all fixed. Now, the next thing I would absolutely prioritize is making a second mech bay. This will cost 700,000 sea bills, but it will reduce the cost of your monthly payments by 1,500. This will be completed in 10 days. The mech bay supports up to 12 battle mechs ready for battle. You also get 4 tech points. These tech points also are very important to determining how fast your battle mechs get repaired. The repair conduits allow 6 more mech cubicles to be powered up and made available. This also brings more mech bay automated systems online, making Yang's job easier. Enabling second repair base allows you to work on 2 mechs at the same time at 50% efficiency.
Sure thing. It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
So we lost a good chunk of money here, but it will definitely be worth it. And the third priority after that is I'm going to go for this training module next. Mech warriors gain 30 experience every day. Mech warriors with less than 200,000 total experience can benefit from this training. This set of network battle pods allows mech warriors to compete against one another in simulated mech battles, generating experience for participating mech warriors. Each mech warrior with less than 200,000 total experience will gain 30 per day. So if you basically have a, you could definitely work on this in more than one way. For example, if you have a mech warrior that's brand new and they have skills that you don't want them to get into the field right away, you can simply have one of these training modules and they will do what they can and they'll gain experience from it every day. And as you upgrade this Argo, they will generate more experience doing so. And I'll get to more of that as time comes along. We're going to... Behemoth is now back in duty after her injuries. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Biological sample. We can negotiate a contract here with a Draconis Combine. Biological sample. We can get up to 166,400 C-bells, up to 17 salvage with 4 priority, or you can have your reputation increased by 8. We need you to recover our operatives from inside a local government research facility. They will be carrying highly sensitive scientific materials which must be returned to us. These materials are biological in nature and must not be tampered with. Opening or tampering with the materials would consider to be a breach of contract. Well, I wouldn't worry about that. This is a recovery mission, which is similar to a battle, but you pretty much get to blow up your mechs, and you can also just go to the designated facility. They sit there for 1 round, and you can either extract. If for any reason you blow up all the enemies, you don't have to get to the extraction point. We need to focus on getting as much salvage as we can because we don't know what's ahead of us. And we'll keep this here because going with 2 people with these types of things is probably not the smartest idea. So, okay, let's do this. The most lucrative clause of the mercenary contract is the allowed percentage of salvage rights. The man who could smile when things go wrong has a thought of someone he can blame it on. Alright, any day now.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, there's our drop ship. Your target is a local government research facility. You'll be recovering Hilton operatives carrying biological sample cases. They are ready for extraction when your units reach the facility. Back them up, get them to the evac point. Best of luck, Commander.
Ready for action. Waiting on you, Commander. Got it. Got a sensor trace.
So we do have a sensor trace.
Ready for orders.
We want the
On my way.
Hunchback
Double
to
time.
basically spearhead this whole operation, since that's the Juggernaut.
I've got your back.
And we'll have the Wolverine flank around.
Copy that.
Just know that the Wolverine's actually really good up close, just because of all the damage that it can do. They look like either light mechs or light vehicles. These actually become much more definitive when you increase your mech warriors' tactic skills.
Standing by. Acknowledged.
This is a King Scorpion. It has an Ultra AC5, which is a 2-shot AC5 unit, and 2 heavy machine guns. Turn off a small laser.
Roger that.
Talk to me.
I am definitely going to take cover in here,
Moving out.
and we'll just fire the small pulse.
Locked on target.
What can I do for you?
I'm going to jump along towards the side, and since the PPC is on the right side of the mech, I'm going to turn my left side towards the enemy. The left side only has a couple of machine guns, which aren't really that big of a deal. And we'll turn off a medium laser and just shoot at them. Ooh, we have exposed the turret.
Another hit like that and you're toast.
Yep, I agree. And we have that's another light vehicle, which looks like has a Ultra AC2. The enemy reserved,
How can I help?
so I will just use the large pulse. When it zooms in like this, it guarantees at least one hit. And I will also, the large and small pulse are in the right arm. I'll just turn my left side towards the enemy.
Deploying my jet.
Yes, it does make it easier to hit, but you won't take it much. There's a commando, which is a light mech, and it's actually and as a small mech like this,
Barely hit.
it's actually a very dangerous mech for its tonnage.
Waiting for orders.
And there's no sense of hiding, so we will advance. We'll advance this way, staying in cover, and we will fire the LRM-5 at this.
Tell me what to do. Commander.
The Hunchback here has a bunch of... definitely has a bunch of stuff that goes on. Now, my chances of that are pretty low, so I will actually go ahead and turn off the LRMs and turn on 3 lasers, and I will attack.
Locking on.
And these red numbers means that destruction damage going on, and this blows up the map.
Reporting vehicle destroyed.
This blows up the King Scorpion. There's that little shield that's on some of these mechs. Usually that's on the side where there's not a lot of weapons. Now those are 2 light rifles actually, which don't do a lot of damage. Commandos retreated. We're not going to go chase after him because that would be a stupid idea. That was an LRM-10 that fired on us, which doesn't really do much.
Talk to me.
I hear ya. Good to go.
Okay, we can sprint into the forest.
Going full throttle.
Generate a little bit more heat, but this will hopefully blow this thing up. I'll just turn off a small laser.
Firing.
I did some damage.
Good to go.
Now this little arc here is about where the best effective range is for some weapons. If I just move over here.
Moving fast.
And I'm just gonna fire my machine guns here too. Looks like those both missed.
I've got your back. Engaging jump jets.
I will go ahead and fire the small pulse.
You brought this on yourself.
I'm only doing 25 damage because of just because we're in cover. Okay, that missed. That was a large laser and some short-range missiles, which came from that commando, so that commando turned around. There's a Jenner. Whatever that vehicle is has an LRM-10 on it.
How can I help?
Okay, so I'm going to fire off my pulses against this. Since we're firing out of a forest, it's only a +1 penalty. There we go.
You were brave, I'll give you that much.
For those of you who don't know, that's the voice of Raju in the actual Battletech. And that's like one of the best voice acting
Copy
here.
that.
There's some really funny stuff that he ends up getting said there too.
What's up, boss?
Okay, looks like we can't really do much over there, so
On it.
just turn off the lasers and fire off the LRM-10s. It'll give us a chance to do down, and we should be able to do at least something. Did a little bit.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Since this is an obstructed shot, it's not gonna really do much, so we'll just fire the LRM.
Delivery!
Chip away at it. He punched me in the face, which since
Minor damage, Commander.
since he's a recruit, that really isn't gonna do much. Here comes a Jenner, which has 2 medium laser minuses, which are trap upgrade and a large
Barely
laser.
a scratch.
I'm being flanked.
Ouch!
Just hitting the ankle.
I have to move Behemoth first because she got hit in the back, which actually did some damage.
Orders.
Turn on my lasers. Now if I sprint and I flank them from the back, this commando, the hit chances aren't bad. But I won't be in cover. Turn Turn off the LRMs. And this, the commando is a bigger problem. I did a little bit of something.
What can I do for you?
I've got your back. I'm moving.
Oops, I made the same mistake I did with Behemoth and exposed my back. And it's worth alpha striking here.
Take that as a lesson.
That definitely
I
did.
hear ya.
That definitely did some damage. Now, since if we come to the right side and turn on machine guns, we might be able to do some real damage here.
Roger that. Firing on target. Light damage, Commander.
An urban mech. These light mechs actually carry a lot of heavy firepower, but they're generally very slow. Wow, that guy totally failed. And took a little bit of minor damage there, but no big deal. That attacked me from the side, but that definitely did miss.
How can I help?
What I will do is I will turn around,
Roger that.
stay in cover, and I will go ahead and alpha strike this commando, so see if I can try to cripple this thing.
Here we go.
Okay, the right leg is destroyed, which means that and there goes some more stuff.
That was a critical
But
hit, lad.
if you destroy a leg, they automatically get knocked down. And we incapacitated the pilot for the injury for blowing up a side torso.
Waiting for orders.
Now the next thing I gotta do is deal with this urban mech. I will go ahead and move forward a little bit. Unfortunately, this is what
I read you, Commander. Moving
I
out.
will turn on the PPC or particle projectile cannon and LRM-5, and I will fire at this urban mech. Unfortunately, this PPC missed.
Receiving you. On my way.
I will fire the LRM-10s at over at the urban mech.
Firing on target.
Barely did any damage there. Here comes the Jenner. That was a large laser and those two medium lasers.
Systems holding.
Okay, that hit.
Damage minimal.
That was a projectile cannon.
Ready for orders.
Now, when we get hit by one of those, we get our senses impaired, which adds a +1 penalty to our next attacks.
Talk to me. Damn you for making me.
That looked like a head hit there. And we'll move back here.
Good to go.
I want to show my left side
On my
towards
way.
the enemy. Now his next hit will have a penalty as well.
Moving to position.
I'll turn off the LRMs, turn off a small laser, and now fall with those lasers, and none of them hit. But at the same time, none of those stuff hit either. He's just walking around. Took a minor shot. That's a particle projectile cannon, which also missed.
I've got your back.
I hear ya. Moving out. Time to die.
Ooh, 2 fusion cores have been
Yeah,
hit.
critical hit.
Now when this happens, in this mod, if the engine was hit once, it'll get hit every time the engine gets hit, it generates an additional 15 heat per turn. Since we have it hit 2 times, it'll generate 30. But if you hit it again for a 3rd time, then the mech will be destroyed.
Talk to me.
So now,
Standing by.
now we have a chance in order to kill this thing. Since we're in minimum rent, unfortunately we're too close in order to do some of that. So the best thing I could probably do,
Going full throttle.
sprint over here and fire a couple of lasers and just cut to pull
Roger.
down. And of course, none of them hit.
No joy.
How can I help?
I'm going to stay in cover, and I will.
Confirm.
Turn off the small, medium pulses, and I will fire the missiles.
Copy that.
That also hit the head too. And that did a little bit of damage, but nothing real serious. Here comes a Jenner. That not one of those medium lasers hit. Oh, this is a J. Edgar, which has the 2 light rifles. There's a Scorpion. And a series of long-range missiles.
I'm showing minor damage.
And that guy still doesn't know how to shoot straight.
I've got your back.
I'll cool down just a little bit more, so I will turn off the large laser since all the other stuff has a good chance to hit. 2 more heat sinks destroyed.
Punch right through his armor. On my way.
What can I do for you? Don't need to tell me twice.
I will fire medium laser into LRM-5s. There goes the right leg.
When I shoot you, you'll take it and like it.
And since it destroyed the engine, it's out of the fight.
Waiting for orders.
Excuse me for a second.
Damage is light.
How can I help?
Good to go.
Talk to me. Aye, aye. my lead. Take that as a lesson.
Yes, Commander. On the move. Engaging target. Waiting on you, Commander. Got it. Bye-bye. Good to go.
I've got your back. Affirmative. Aye, aye. That was a critical hit, lad.
Waiting for orders. Receiving you. Move order received. Target acquired. That hit something good. Good to go. Waiting on you, Commander. Uh-huh. Got it. Want some more, huh?
Talk to me. Roger. Here we go. Vehicle down. Report.
Ready for orders. Affirmative. Commander. Got it. Firing. Reporting critical hit.
How can I help? Confirmed. Giving him everything I've got. Punched right through his armor.
I hear ya. Waiting for orders. What can I do for ya?
Talk to me. Moving out. Engaging target. Bottleneck down.
Yes, Commander. Confirmed. Waiting for orders. Going turbo.
How can I help? Roger.
What can I do for you? Affirmative. Orders. Affirmative.
The asset is in hand, Commander. Good work.
Affirmative. Standing by. Double time. Let's go.
I've got your back. How can I help?
Secondary
my
asset
neck.
has been secured.
Okay, I am back. I am sorry that I was silent for the rest of that battle. After that, I ended up getting a call from family that I had family that got released from the hospital, and the news about that, I mean, is both good and bad at the same time, and of course, but that's a family matter that is I'm not going to be releasing details about. But all I know is that it's okay. But anyway, as you probably ended up seeing in that last video, is that what I was actually doing is when that little bar that you ended up seeing that gets to the halfway mark, you notice how we ended up getting the inspired little boost. What that does is that you get a +2 bonus to your hit chances when you fire at an enemy. This is what the morale actually does. And once you expose and hit some internal parts that cause quite a bit of damage, when it'll reduce your morale. And when the pilot's panic levels get to a critical position, as you've seen with at least one of them, a couple of the mechs, they have They've actually with the Panther. They have ejected from the battle mech, and if that happens, they're out of the fight. So that's basically what we ended up focusing on. Now here, I mean, we've taken a little bit of damage from that last fight, so it'll take 11 days. But the thing, it'll actually be a little bit faster once the Argo's second mech bay is up to speed. So and of course this will take 11 days, and we're gonna let them get started.
Network orders complete, boss. Top-notch work, if I may say so.
Now that's done. Go back to the ship upgrades. Now, if I wanted to make this mech bay run to 100% capacity, we would purchase this automation. The problem, though, is that we can't really afford 450 C-bills right now, and this would also increase a thing for 8,500. But what we'll do right now is to really get this training module up and running so we can start getting some experience. Alright, now that that's all completed, unfortunately it does seem that progress is slow in this particular mod, and I'm just hoping that this training module will actually help with some of that. With glitch, I'm gonna give her extra health.
Talk to me.
Receiving you.
I'm gonna increase her gunnery skills so she has a plus 8% base weapon hits. So her lasers, the lasers on that should be able to fire more accurately.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
And we'll do this last battle for this particular video. I normally would not do something like this, but assassinate's one of the best ways you can actually get be able to salvage mechs that are over your tonnage. Sometimes you have to push above that, but never go for one full skull above your tonnage that you're going to be sending out. So a member of the Korean chain of command and Luthian has been troubling us. We need this Incusum operative eliminated. Local government intelligence operative have located the target's position planet side. Now, it's going to be against this particular one, but you have to be careful not to do it too much, or you will lose reputation with that particular faction. But if it's against the planetary government, just know that you will not be able to gain any reputation because of the fact that it's not possible. So once again, full salvage. And that last and in that last thing of salvage I've been trying to get, I have been trying to also be able to get enough pieces so I can assemble more mechs, since we do not have enough of them. Now it wouldn't there normally would be a pop-up that would come up here if it'll give you a warning of a impending problem with the other thing that's been going on. If it's going to be a difficult mission or not. I'm just gonna wait till this loads. Okay, let's get to the job ship. Sometimes you'll see in the distance, sometimes if there is a enemy mech out there, so you might have an idea what they are. Just be careful.
Talk to me.
And the good one, here's some water. It'll reduce your movement speed, but all your heat-seeking ability will be increased by 50%. So I'm going to jump across this water and land into it, and I have no heat buildup because of it.
Waiting on you, Commander. Time to fly! Waiting for orders. On the move. Full speed. Yes, Commander. Confirmed. What can I do for you?
And let's go see what this contact is. I'm gonna stay in cover in case they start firing at us.
Sprinting.
Turn my left arm into him.
Got a new contact on my screen.
There's a commando with that's for small, like a 4 variable small lasers. which are not the strongest in the game.
Talk to me.
Okay. Now, if I could shoot my large pulse from here. Just know that it's going to have a pretty large penalty to hit if we do. But
Roger.
the leg. But luckily, two out of the 3 laser hits ended up hitting. And I want to try to avoid seeing this little red eyeball pulsing, if I can. If I go over here, and if you see this little red eyeball pulsing, it means that this enemy could see you. So I'm gonna move over here so that doesn't happen. There's a firefly with a bunch of...
You need more practice.
That's a lot of lasers, but it doesn't look like it's...
Standing by.
Doesn't look like it's the best as far as lasers are concerned. Move over here. Oh wow. Turn off my lasers. Fire missiles. There's a wasp. We saw that in the last video.
Good to go.
Okay, let's turn off the lasers and fire the rest of the weapons. And we have
Another hit like that.
destroyed the arm, hit the pilot at the head, which injures the pilot. We have a commando incoming. Just punches me right in the face. But that only did 21 damage. We have another one. What the hell is that firefly doing? When it missed, it gained some stability damage, which is normal.
Better me than Lady around now.
And those variable pulse lasers definitely did something. That was a plasma
That
cannon
shot went critical.
that damaged a medium pulse. That's a panther with some pretty dangerous weaponry.
What's up, boss?
So what we'll do is, since he made the stupid mistake of getting too close to my hunchback, I will get behind the hunchback and fire all my lasers into the back of this thing.
Target lock on enemy safe.
destroyed both double heat sinks.
Reporting critical hit. I hear ya.
You've got my attention. I'm leaving.
I will go ahead and fire the rest of this.
Your own fault, you know. Punched right through his armor.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Plasma cannon definitely has a thing for getting hurt.
Got it.
So let's go ahead and kill this commando.
Roger, Commander. I've got the shot.
So there goes that.
Bang! You're dead.
There's three more of these mechs that are supporting. And they're focusing on me. And of course
Can't keep it together. I'm going over.
I'm gonna get knocked down.
Oh, you're in trouble now.
I lose one initiative, but it's because I believe this thing also has Defender. It also has the trait Juggernaut, which, if I am successfully hit during after a melee,
Orders.
not only do they brace, they also knock me back one initiative phase. I'm going to shoot my lasers into the back of this Firefly. It's its very thin armor.
Firing.
And that destroyed the engine.
Enemy down.
It likely was an XL engine that was in there, which if I ended up going on
What can I do
and
for ya?
if I ended up going on and destroying the one of the torsos, it'll destroy the entire mech. I will go ahead and shoot at this Panther since it's becoming a real pain in the
Time
ass.
to die.
Orders.
I'm gonna stand up here. I get all my footing back together. Now note that if I do this, I will lose I'll get a +5 penalty to my shots because I ended up standing up. And I'm going to use some of this resolve and use vigilance. I'll guard it in a trench and remove all stability damage. My next initiative is increased by 1 to a max of 5, but it'll cost me 30 resolve to do this. This can be useful because if I'm in a guarded state, I will take reduced damage.
All weapons are go.
Heat sink destroyed.
That was a critical hit, lad.
If you get hit with a melee attack, it will immediately
Talk to me.
set you as unguarded.
Giving him everything I've got.
Enemy reserved.
Commander.
All this has is one medium laser, which I don't think is going to be that big of a problem. I will go ahead and shoot this panther again with the lasers. I hit the pilot again. My heat's now critical.
Too hot. Need to cool down.
Since that plasma rifle ended up hitting me.
Waiting for orders.
I'll turn off the PPC and I will start hitting with the machine guns.
Special delivery.
That was just 3 medium lasers that were fired on me.
I'm getting outmaneuvered.
I took a hit in the back.
My armor's still solid. God, this heat.
That looks like 4 lasers.
Ha! Send me a real opponent.
Okay.
Orders?
Now with him, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit this panther in the front so I can cool down and do a little bit of some damage. And I destroyed
Take that as a lesson.
as a
Good
double
to go.
heatsink.
Good to go.
I'm going to
Roger.
flank him in the back. Turn off one of the medium lasers because I need to kill this
Putting
thing.
one in the back.
Destroyed another double heatsink.
Inflicted some heavy damage. I hear ya. I leap. I soar.
Now that I've exposed the back, I'll be able to do more critical damage with the machine
Targeting enemy
guns.
6.
My left side got shot.
I'm losing armor.
My heat now is now critical again.
I'm too damned hot.
Took another shot in the back.
You've got my attention.
Ready for orders.
I'm going to punch this thing in the right side. That's where the laser is.
Heading out.
I'm gonna pull
Lead
down.
into it.
The left torso is destroyed.
Solid connection on that one.
He is now unsettled, and he's lost. And since he's now unstable, he's now lost all of his evasion pips.
Orders?
This panther is quite a bit of a threat, so I'm going to go ahead and hit him.
Roger that. To hell with the weapons.
That hit the fusion core.
That was a critical hit, lad.
Waiting on you, Commander.
And I'm going to. What I'll do is I'll do a multi-target. And since the center torso is shredded, I'll be able to do some more damage. I'll do it this way.
Line them up and I'll shoot them down, Commander.
Knock down that. And I'll also knock down that. Incap the pilot. Oh, we got a Stinger. Which has an upgraded, which has some upgraded lasers.
Good to go.
If I punch this thing, I will make this unstable. But
Talk to me.
at the same time, I need to make
I hear ya.
I do need to make sure too that this thing dies.
Moving out.
I will turn off that. I'll aim for the core. And we kill the... It'll destroy the engine. That's now out.
Should have run when you had the chance.
You've got my attention.
Ready for orders.
If we successfully punch this thing, this will be unstable.
Copy that.
Our primary target is taking damage.
And the Stinger is actually a light mech that is pretty maneuverable.
Talk to me.
So I will go ahead and
Confirm.
run over there. Now that it's unstable, I'm going to shoot everything at this since I have a high chance of hitting.
Here we go.
And knockdown.
The target is retreating, Commander. Eliminate it before it escapes.
Now make sure when he says that, you have to destroy this thing before it does
Roger.
escape. Otherwise, you'll basically go. You'll fail the mission. But once you destroy the mech, that's not going to happen.
Mission successful.
And after all that, we did get banged up quite a bit, so we might have to take a little rest in between these sessions. So we will go ahead and repair and also heal. We lose 2 reputation with the Dragon's Combine, but that's okay. Our medium pulse has been damaged, but it is not destroyed, so things are good. We did take some pretty serious damage to the armor here, but the structure though is okay. And we get 3 parts. The Stinger is a light scout, which has a quirk that it has good cooling. And this is more of a reconnaissance platform. The Wasp is not really well known for its stuff. So, as far as any firepower. The Firefly here is pretty decent. One of these things had an ECM too. Ooh, I want to grab this arm mount. a weapon mount, because that really helps along with accuracy for some of our mechs. And I will grab a commando, and I will grab the stinger. And I'll get 13 more salvage. They give me a firefly and 3 things of the wasp. Of course, we're gonna have to let this thing load up, so I'll be back when. Oh, never mind. It's gonna take 19 days for the repair. Of course, we're not gonna be able to do anything while this happens. So, in sum and all, we had another successful mission. We were able to salvage some stuff, and it's going to take a while for all the stuff to get repaired and back up and running. But I will have to cut the video here because there are performance issues that do go on with this. But I will be posting another video about this hopefully within the next 2 or 3 days. And I will see you soon. And if you see this video, if it's uploaded before 6 p.m. today, make sure you also you come by at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Daylight Time for this upcoming episodes of Sentinels of the Multiverse Comedy Fridays. See you next time, everybody. I am Crimson Thunder. Bye now.